Hi everyone, my name is Queen. I'm a member in Group 2. How do you feel today? I feel great. Welcome to mini story for the race. Now let's start.
It was 5 o'clock and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Oh,
When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Well, at 5 o'clock, right? At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Oh,
Was Alan riding his car? Or was Alan riding his motorcycle?
motorcycle. Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Of course, Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Oh,
Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Oh,
When was he riding?
at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Oh,
He was riding down Van Ness Street and
oh,
came to a stoplight.
oh.
Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Oh,
What was he riding on?
on a motorcycle. Alan on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. He was riding on his motorcycle.
Oh,
Was he riding down Market Street?
no. He riding down Van Ness Street.
No, not Market Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street. Was he riding down Lombard Street?
No, he was riding down Van Ness Street.
No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
Oh,
When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Was he in a truck?
no. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on his motorcycle.
No, he wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle.
Oh,
And he came to a stoplight.
oh.
Did Alan come to a go light?
No, he came to a stoplight.
No. He didn't come to a go light. he came to a stoplight.
Oh.
We never say go light. We only say stoplight.
Oh.
Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
On a motorcycle. Alan was on motorcycle, came to a stoplight.
A motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle when he came to a stoplight.
Oh.
Where was the stoplight?
In San Francisco. On Van Ness Street. Alan was on Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
Well, on Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street.
Oh.
Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street? Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
Van Ness Street. Alan was stoplight on Van Ness Street.
Van Ness, of course, Van Ness. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street.
Oh.
Who was at the stoplight?
Alan was at a stoplight.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in?
In San Francisco. Alan was in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, of course. Alan was in San Francisco.
Oh.
Where is Van Ness?
Van Ness was in San Francisco.
Well, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco.
Oh.
Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Is Van Ness Street in New York?
No.
Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco?
San Francisco. Van Ness Street was on San Francisco.
Well, of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
Alan riding in San Francisco. Alan riding down Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
Oh, he was riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
Oh.
And he came to a stoplight.
Oh.
A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
Oh.
Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
No, not behind him. The red Ferrari pulled up next to him. What pulled up next to Alan?
A red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
A red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
No, Alan wasn't pulled up next to him. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
No. Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
Oh.
Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
On Van Ness Street. On Van Ness Street. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
At a stoplight on Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street, a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Oh.
Was Alan in a red Ferrari?
No. Alan wasn't a red Ferrari.
No. Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on a motorcycle.
Oh.
What did the red Ferrari do?
Pulled up next to Alan. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Well, it pulled up next to Alan. The red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Oh.
The driver was wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
So, Alan was wearing dark sunglasses.
No. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses.
No, not Alan. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
Who was wearing dark sunglasses?
The driver of a red Ferrari wearing dark sunglasses.
The driver of the Ferrari. The driver of the Ferrari was wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
Not Alan. The driver looked over at Alan.
Oh.
Did the driver look behind Alan?
No. Looked over at Alan. A red Ferrari looked over at Alan.
No. He looked over at Alan. Who looked over at Alan?
The driver of a red Ferrari looked over at Alan.
The driver of the Ferrari looked over at Alan.
Oh.
Did Alan look over at the driver?
Yes. Alan looks at the driver of the Ferrari.
Yes, he did. Alan also looked over at the driver. Who was the driver?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver of a red Ferrari.
Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise was the driver. Alan looked over at the driver and realized that the driver was Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Who was the driver of the Ferrari?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver of a red Ferrari.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari. Who was the motorcycle rider?
Alan was in motorcycle rider.
Alan was the motorcycle rider, and Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari.
Oh.
Who looked over at Alan?
Tom Cruise looked over at Alan.
Tom Cruise looked over at Alan.
Oh, yes.
What was Tom Cruise wearing?
Yes, sunglasses. Tom Cruise wearing dark sunglasses.
Sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
Was Alan wearing dark sunglasses?
No, Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses.
No, he wasn't. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
And he looked over at Alan.
Oh.
Tom sneered at Alan.
Oh.
Oh no. Did Tom smile?
No, Tom sneers at Alan.
No, he didn't. Tom didn't smile. He sneered at Alan.
Oh.
Was Tom friendly and nice?
No, Tom didn't friendly and nice. Tom sneers at Alan.
No, he wasn't friendly and nice. He sneered at Alan. Did Alan sneer at Tom Cruise?
No, Alan wasn't sneered. Tom Cruise sneered at Alan.
Or did Tom Cruise sneer at Alan?
Tom Cruise sneered at Alan.
Well, Tom Cruise sneered at Alan.
Oh.
After he sneered, what did Tom Cruise say?
He said, "When the light turns green, let's race."
Well, he said, when the light turns green, let's race.
Oh.
After he sneered at Alan, Tom Cruise said, when the light turns green, let's race. Did Tom want to race?
Yes, Tom wants to race. He says, "When the light turns green, let's race."
Yes, of course. He has a Ferrari. He wanted to race. Alan said, all right, you're on.
Oh.
Did Alan agree to race Tom?
Yes, Alan agreed. He says, "You're on."
Yes, he agreed. He said, you're on. Did Tom say, you're on?
Yes, no. Tom says, when the light turns green. That's right. Alan says, "You're on."
No, Tom didn't say, you're on. Alan said, you're on. Alan agreed to race.
Oh.
Who said, you're on?
Alan says, "You're on."
Alan said, you're on. What did Alan agree to do?
To race. Alan agreed to the race.
To race. Alan agreed to race Tom. He said, you're on.
Oh.
Tom said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker.
Oh.
Did Tom say, would beat Alan?
Yes. He said, I'm gonna smoke you.
Yes, he did. He said, I'm gonna smoke you. I'm gonna beat you.
Oh.
Did Tom say he would win?
Yes. He said, I'm gonna smoke you. He would win.
Yes, he said he would win. He said, I'm gonna smoke you.
Oh.
Who was Tom gonna smoke?
Alan. Tom smoke Alan.
Alan. Tom was gonna smoke Alan. Was Tom gonna smoke Schwarzenegger? No.
No.
No, Tom wasn't gonna smoke Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tom was gonna smoke Alan. Was Tom gonna smoke Alan at
The race. Tom gonna smoke Alan the race.
football, soccer? No.
No, not football, soccer. Tom gonna smoke Alan to the race.
Wasn't gonna smoke Alan at football or soccer. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race. In a race. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race.
Oh.
Was Tom nice and polite?
No. Not nice and polite.
No, he said sucker. He called Alan sucker.
Oh, sucker. Oh.
Is sucker a nice, polite word? No, it's not. It's not polite. It's not nice. He said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker.
Oh.
Alan said, you wish.
You wish.
I'm gonna beat you and your sorry ass car.
Oh.
Did Tom have a very, very nice car?
No. Tom had sorry ass car.
No, he did not have a nice car. He had a sorry ass Ferrari. A sorry ass car.
Oh.
What kind of car did Tom have?
Tom had sorry ass car.
He had a sorry ass car.
Oh.
Low quality car. Bad car. Cheap car. Is a Ferrari a nice car?
No. He had slow car. Fast, not fast car and cheap car.
No, it's a sorry ass car. Ferraris are sorry ass cars.
Sorry ass car.
Did Alan like Tom's car?
No. Alan says, I'm gonna beat you, sucker. Sorry. I'm gonna beat you and sorry ass car. He not like Ferrari.
No, he didn't. Alan thought it was a sorry ass car. Who had a sorry ass car?
Alan says sorry ass car.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise had a sorry ass car. Did Alan have a sorry ass motorcycle?
No, Alan had great motorcycle.
No, Alan had a great motorcycle,
Oh.
but Tom had a sorry-ass car.
Oh.
Alan and Tom waited at the light. They revved their engines.
Oh.
Who revved their engines?
Alan and Tom revved their engines. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Alan and Tom revved their engines.
Oh.
Did they rev their bicycles?
No. Engines.
No, not possible. They didn't rev their bicycles. Of course not. They revved their engines.
Engines. Yes.
What did they rev?
They rev their engines. Vroom, vroom.
Their engines. They revved vroom, vroom, vroom. Their engines. Tom and Alan revved their engines.
Oh.
Suddenly, the light turned green. Alan and Tom took off.
Oh.
Did Alan and Tom start slowly?
No. Alan and Tom took off.
No, they didn't start slowly. They took off. They started quickly. They started very fast. Alan and Tom took off.
Oh.
What did Alan take off on?
On Van Ness Street, Alan took off on motorcycle.
Alan took off on his motorcycle. On his motorcycle. Alan took off on his motorcycle. What did Tom take off in?
Tom took off in a red Ferrari.
In his car. Tom took off in his car.
And his
Tom took off in his Ferrari.
Oh.
Did they stop or did they take off quickly?
They took off quickly.
They took off quickly.
Oh.
Why did Alan and Tom take off quickly?
Because they racing. They was racing.
Well, they took off quickly because they were racing, right? Of course, they took off quickly because they were racing. They
Oh.
zoomed down Van Ness at top speed.
Oh.
Who zoomed down Van Ness?
Alan and Tom zooms down Van Ness at top speed.
At top speed. Tom and Alan zoomed down Van Ness at top speed.
Oh.
When did they zoom down Van Ness?
When the light turned green and they zoom down Van Ness at top speed.
Well, after the light turned green.
Oh.
After the light turned green, they zoomed down Van Ness. Did they zoom down Van Ness?
Yes. They zoomed down Van Ness
Before the light turned green? Or after the light turned green?
after the light turns green. They zoomed down Van Ness at top speed. when after the light turns green?
After, of course. They zoomed down Van Ness after the light turned green.
Oh,
Did they zoom down Lombard Street?
no, they zoomed down Van Ness Street.
No, they didn't zoom down Lombard Street. Which street did they zoom down?
Van Ness Street. They zoomed down Van Ness Street.
Van Ness. They zoomed down Van Ness Street. Tom was winning. But suddenly, blue and red lights appeared behind Tom. It was the police. They pulled him over. Who pulled over Tom Cruise?
The police pulled him over. Tom Cruise.
The police pulled over Tom Cruise. Who did the police pull over?
Tom Cruise. The police pulled over Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. The police pulled over Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Did the police pull over Alan?
No. The police pulled over Tom Cruise.
No. They didn't pull over Alan. They pulled over Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Why? Why did they pull over Tom Cruise?
Because Tom was fast car.
Well, because he was going too fast.
He was going too fast.
He was going too fast.
He was
They
going.
pulled over Tom Cruise because he was going too fast. Who was going too fast?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise going too fast.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was going too fast.
He was going too fast. Tom
Alan
Cruise.
zoomed past Tom.
Oh.
Did Tom zoom past Alan?
No. Alan was past Tom.
No. Tom didn't zoom past Alan. Alan zoomed past Tom.
Oh.
Why did Alan zoom past Tom?
Because Tom, the police pulled over Tom Cruise and zoomed past Tom.
Well, because the police pulled over Tom. The police pulled over Tom, so Alan zoomed past Tom.
Oh.
Alan was laughing. Ha 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 ha! He yelled, "Better luck next time!"
That's like next time. Oh.
When did Alan yell, "Better luck next time"?
After Alan zooms past Tom, he yells, "Better luck next time." After he zooms past Tom.
Well, he yelled as he zoomed past Tom. When he zoomed past Tom.
Oh.
As he zoomed past Tom, Alan said, "Better luck next time."
Oh.
As he zoomed past Tom, he yelled, "Better luck Who yelled, "Better luck next time"?
Alan yelled, "Better luck next time,"
as he zoomed past Tom Cruise. Well, Alan, of course. Easy, right? Alan yelled, "Better luck next time,"
Oh.
as he zoomed past Tom. Alan was the winner. Okay, that is the end of the Lynn story.
Okay, bye bye. Thanks for watching.